Hi, I'm Becca Dudley from MTV. Now, access to porn online is easier than ever, and sometimes you can just come across it, whether it be a website pop-up or a confusing link, and sometimes you might just be looking for it. So today we're going to be talking to Alex, who's been working in the adult entertainment industry for a few years now. So we're going to be talking to her about her experiences and what it's all really about.
I didn't watch porn until well into my late teens. It was never a thing then. The internet wasn't maybe as big as it is now.
We were in school and we were doing sex ed at 9, and one guy just screamed out, "Oh, I think it would be easier if you just showed us a porno." And I had no idea what the word porno meant, so...
Do you think everyone in the class knew?
No.
I don't think I knew at 9.
Like you're 9.
Yeah.
So I went home and being curious and a little bit stupid, I typed in porno on Google and I clicked on the first link.
I can't remember how old I was, maybe 13, 14, and it was a magazine back then. And the first time that I know, right? That stuff existed once.
Yeah.
And then like a few years later when I first saw it online, and like the feel, like it had a physical effect. Like your heart beats faster, and I felt like sick. Not because I was revolted by it, but because I was sort of...
You weren't used to seeing it?
I wasn't used to seeing it. It was something new, and I knew that it was something I shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah.
A lot of guys really can't deal with it, and a lot of people can't separate the work me from the real me. So that's hard for them. And I find a lot of people want to date the model rather than me, which is hard because I want someone to want me for me, not for what they see in films or on the internet.
There can be some positive things about porn as well. It can, inspire you to do things, and it's very easy for those advantages to then tip over into just that whole world of fantasy where it's your, body image issues and loving relationships tend not to be portrayed in porn. It tends to be just about the sex, where in real life it's far, far more complicated and far more glorious.
I don't make porn for children, I make it for adults who've got life experience and have had sexual relationships and are aware of what a healthy sexual appetite is and know about consent.
There are plenty of girls on the comments under these animations that I've been involved in, sort of saying, well, like, girls watch porn too, and also because of just the prevalence of it, there's so much of it out there, it's quite hard to avoid it, whether you're male or female. Certainly for a lot of kids growing up, it can sort of make you feel less alone if, for example, you're, not just in the obvious way, but like in a if you're growing up as like a gay kid, for instance, and you see confident young men having sex or young women having sex.
It's really hard to think that they will watch that video, say of me, and think that's how I should look, that's how I should be doing it, that's how I should be being treated, when, I've gone into that scene with my eyes open, I've known exactly what I was doing beforehand, and I've consented to everything that was going to happen.
The worst part for me was the way that the boys would talk about the women. It forms a way in their brain of them thinking about women as just like toys and puppets, and it's not fair. Like, the internet is just becoming like more easy to like access things like that.
What they're judging it on isn't real, and that's the whole point. Like, there needs to be that separation for young people to say, like, this is a film, this is fantasy. So don't judge all women on that or objectify women because of that. Real
life sex is often quite like tender, and especially like towards women. I don't know if you feel this, like it can be like the woman is there for the gratification of the male. Like, I interviewed a porn star for a thing a while back, and saying what makes good sex on camera, and his answer was like, any sex is good sex on camera once it's been edited. It's like, right. And I think if you're shooting however many hours a day, you can always make it look good if it's edited or if the images are photoshopped. And I think the worry is that there's a lot of kids, especially young kids, especially if you haven't had sex yet, and so you don't quite know what it's really like and how clumsy and awkward and funny it is in real life, then you can see that stuff and think that's what sex is really like, and it just isn't. Like, you don't watch a James Bond film and think that is what it's really like to be a spy.
Yeah.
You know it's fantasy.
For more information, check out childline.org.uk/porn.